Morning, everybody. It's been a while since I haven't posted a video. I don't know, a while, probably like a month and a half since I did the fairing light thing. Today we're gonna go to do something on my bike. We're gonna be dealing with suspensions. So I'm gonna be heading to Willie's Garage. I don't know if you heard about Willie's Garage down in Tennessee. Just kidding. We're gonna be heading to my friend's house, Cory. He's gonna help me to work on the suspension, and we're gonna talk about a little about the suspension. I'm not gonna make this an installation type of thing because we figure there's plenty of videos already up there on the YouTube world about that typical suspension. We're just gonna go, do some little time lapse and talk a little about the suspension, especially with Cory. I think this will be his third time working on the same type of suspension, so he may have a little more information and knowledge from what I have when in regards to that suspension. So I see you guys over there. We're on West State Road 59. Man, it felt so long. Almost 60 miles from my house. It's been years I haven't been to Cory's house. I didn't know it was gonna be that long of a drive. Almost an hour. But I just don't want to miss the house. So we're a few minutes, about 2 miles from the house. So I will see you guys over there.
That long in the winter, huh? Yeah. Didn't even give you a ride on?
Man, I didn't know it was gonna be that long of a ride.
Oh yeah. Out here.
Okay, guys. After chit-chatting for quite a few minutes, we brought the bike into the garage. We put him in the platform jack, and we started working on it. Well, I didn't start it. Pretty much Cory and Ed started working on it while I was holding the camera. So we started taking everything apart, the tank, the fender, and so on.
we're setting the preload on these legends for the weight that you chose to be appropriate. It became 2 turns of that jam nut with a set screw. Not exactly a jam nut, but sort of the same idea. And we're going to do the other one while we're here. So loosen the set screw enough that you can turn it. Keep the flat up is what I like to do. And then rotate whatever your weight is appropriate to be on the chart that comes with the suspension. And then tight. And now we're set, both sides. It does in the verbiage. It will tell you to turn it in to load it. Loosen the set screw on the preload adjuster. Recommended number of turns. Thread your preload adjuster towards the spring. So it becomes, as it's facing on the bike, it becomes clockwise or up. But if you have it upside down, like some people might on a bench, then it becomes down. But either way, you're screwing it towards the spring. Okay, so now we're set. So now it's just a matter of taking the old stuff apart, putting the new stuff back in.
Lovely. So a quick question, how many of these have you done already?
This is the 3rd set on big twin touring bikes. I've also done progressive cartridges on my own Sportster, which is the same real process. It's just less stuff in the fairing to take apart. And then as far as changing fork oil, I don't remember a lot. Every motorcycle I own and every motorcycle I have owned at least a couple of times. Yep. You don't need that anymore.
No?
Nope.
Oh shit.
It goes in the trash. The top of this is that cap.
And the other thing too is
all
that
the innards go in the trash. All of them.
that's a 19, that is a 12, and you definitely need something that long to go up and get the lower.
Yeah, you need a longer 12 millimeter, something like this. The longer you can get on something that you can put in an impact, in my opinion, because you need to be able to go all the way through the hole for your axle. Otherwise, a regular length like this, where the 6-point castellations don't go as far, you would never make it. You know, you would stop.
Oh, there you go.
You would never make it through the hole because this is too fat.
And there's a 12.
It may actually be long enough because that's kind of a long set, but
There you go.
well, it may be. Let's see. No,
Nope.
It would never make it because the end will hit it before it goes all the way into the head of the bolt.
This was Amazon. And nice. Anyway.
Now it's broke now, it's fine.
The 19, obviously this was all Harbor Freight. You know, unfortunately you have to buy the whole set to get the one. So,
But as far as fine china from Harbor Freight is concerned, they've done 3 sets of these things now, so
yes.
that was your old suspension. That spring.
That's it.
Yep. And that's the valving. That spring controls up, and
Yeah.
that other piece is what the oil flows through.
Definitely make sure that comes out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a rebound. It's a buffer spring. We did one side of mine, took it out and did the other side, and I thought I had it out because mine came with them because it's a 21 kit, and I didn't, and then I ended up with 2 of them in there. You figure it out really fast because you can't get the cartridges in, but it was questioning for a little while. But here we go. slide it in all the way. And then put it on the wood handle. Set your lower. I like to thread it all the way to make sure when you hit it with an impact it's not cross-threading. But you can see how far now that this Allen key socket needed to be. Hit with this. Forward. Careful as you do this because you have to feed some of it, work the upper tube a little and let it work its way into the lower cavity where it all needs to really be anyway, or you'll overflow this. Line it up, thread it in. And again, I like to spin it as far as I can with my hand before I put any tools on it. All the way. There are torque specs for these in there, and we can do that. But that impact seems to be more than good enough. Coming back out. And that's how I've seen about everybody else install them too. So if you want to clean these up while you got them out, all that little bit of surface stuff you want to deal with that. I'm concerned I'm not changing my fluid until I'm doing fork seals because then I have to. Right. It's coming out anyway. I'm not putting new stuff back in. Thing I don't care much for with this wheel. Sometimes it's a pain to...
At this point is where Cory start noticing something is different.
Yeah, in other videos, stuff like that.
That's fine. Yours is different on this side. I don't know, some of them, like the instructions were saying, some of them have a damper on the other side, on one side. Because how a lot of motorcycle suspension works is when you have a pair of something like this, one handles compression and then one handles rebound, and it drags the other one along with it. Like our factory rear suspension, it only has an adjuster on one side, and that's because that side handles rebound. They both have springs, but the left side shoulders the force of slowing the swing arm down on the way back down. So it's kind of a cost-saving thing to not make them both do both things. Watch yourself, because it can spring pressure. No, maybe it doesn't, because it's different. It doesn't not spring out. Well, yours has a whole different setup on this side. Look at that.
Oh wow.
That's much more similar to what's going back in it.
Very.
Huh. So yours does have a dampener on this side.
2 hours later.
All right, during disassembly, we found your left side fork tube had a different bolt in the bottom. Neither Street Glide that I've done this to prior had a smaller diameter bolt on the threaded portion. The head is the same diameter, and this portion of the shank is the same diameter as this bolt. This is what I found on the left and right hand side of both the Street Glides I've done this to. So be careful with what you order, because you will need this larger diameter bolt to reassemble everything if this is what you find when you take apart the left side fork tube of certain years of maybe an Ultra. We haven't quite figured out what the rhyme or reason is to it. If you have this style cartridge on your left fork tube, if there's a way to tell prior to disassembling it, I'm not sure what that is.
No, and the other thing is not on the instruction.
No, the instructions, I've not seen a portion where the instructions mention this. They do mention a damper on one or the other fork leg, but the kit does not come with this bolt and does not reference needing this bolt. It only mentions that there is a cup that goes in the lower portion of this lower fork leg that has to be changed to accept the new cartridge. It looks like this, but this one is incorrect. The diameter on the bottom of this is made for this smaller bolt. This larger one would never fit through it, so you have to change that as well. The Legends did come with the correct cup, alignment cup, but it did not come with this bolt, which is correct.
Pretty much, we had to go to the Harley dealer and purchase that bolt. It cost me about $9. But I think at the end, it's not much about the amount, it's the waste of time, and good luck if the dealer has it. So, there you go. Well, guys, at this point, the bike start coming back together. Like I said before, like Cory said before, the only problem we ran into was missing part that didn't came on the kit, and it's not included on the kit. But fortunately, we were able to find it at our local dealer. All right, guys. It's already past 4:30. I'm heading back home. We finished doing the installation. First of all, I would like to thank Cory and Ed for helping me to install the Legends, the front suspensions. I really appreciate it for your time, and especially Cory. You know, first impression, I could feel, you know, you feel the front a little more smoother. I haven't taken on a curve yet, but that's the first impression that I'm just my first couple miles on it. It's one of those investments that you got to do when you get a bike, especially a touring bike, you know, suspension, especially if you're going to be doing, you know, long trips. Suspension, the seat, they all come together and they make a big difference on the experience of the ride. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna see how I'm gonna put together this video. And like I said before, this video is not gonna be it's not gonna be too much about a detailed installation. It pretty much is gonna turn out on what we found, what kind of problems we run into when it comes to the model on my motorcycle, on my train model. I have a 2015 Ultra Limited Low, and we found a difference on it compared to Cory and Ed Street Lights. Ed has a 2018 Street Light Special, and Cory has, I think his is a 2014 Street Light Special, I think it is too. And between all three bikes, there's fun differences. And that's something that Cory as you probably saw already, it kind of goes a little in detail on what we found. So other than that, guys, I will see you guys later.